We are rolling. It's tea time.
One tea after another. Here we go.
Here we go. We got some 502 comparison here. And most importantly, to start the episode, we're going to compare these different wrappers.
Yep.
Because people on this group buy are slightly confused. So I'm going to try to get rid of that. There you go. So I think people can see fairly distinctly. Even the color is a little different. I'd say yours is a little darker.
Stronger ink on mine for sure.
Yeah, mine's a little bit faded. So this is going to be A in our blind sample here, and B. James's wrapper is also much more tattered. Was it like that just by default, or do you think that was mostly just like usage?
I think I tattered a fair bit of it, but I think it came somewhat tattered too.
Okay, right on. Yeah. And then in terms of like fonts, you can see the thickness on the Minghai tea production here versus here, quite a bit different.
And in the group buy, there's been quite a bit of focus on serifs, like a stronger serif version and a smaller serif version.
Yeah, interesting.
I mean, if you wanted to learn about fonts, then definitely get into Minghai Tea Factory.
Yeah, right.
It's great.
Yeah. So it's possible that this is still, close enough to the same 502 batch, but maybe they just ran out of wrappers and then reprinted them with
inks or something. Yeah. I mean, the person that sold the tea, Mr. Jin, has said that it's all legit. After people have come to him and been like, "Hey, what's up with these wrappers and whatnot?" And he stood by that. So there are different beliefs within the group buy as far as how legit they are.
Yeah, makes sense.
But yeah, we both ended up with different versions. So I wanted to check it out.
And actually, I don't even know if I have all of my cakes are the same version.
They probably aren't.
Yeah. Thinking about it,
because I only got the one, but Denny got. Seven. Yeah. Okay. So.
the users already know. They saw my video with my stash. I was like.
And the other data point, which we're not going to cover here, I don't think, is the weight of the cakes. And I don't know if you weighed your cake when you got it, but 357 is the standard, but it can vary a bit as the cake ages. So mine measured at 347. Generally speaking, you're going to lose a little weight as you age. So mine definitely did lose some weight. It's about kind of what you expected. And a lot of people's cakes measured about that. But one person's cake, and perhaps the most suspect cake there, weighed 387. So 30 grams over. So one thing you could also do potentially later on is you could weigh your cakes and see if like the different serif versions are wearing different things.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
I'm like tempted to do that right now.
Well, you could. If you got I don't know.
I think we actually, I'll bring that on as a different episode maybe.
Okay.
Let's get to drinking.
Yeah.
I think this is, I think, for the most part, users can see, audience users, God, I'm in the T app headspace right now. The audience can see the differences quite finely there. So yeah, let's get these out of the way here and get to some slurping.
And we have blinded these.
Correct.
So A is Denny's.
And that's the one on the left here, the one that I was pulling off.
Which I think people have been saying is the larger serif version, and mine's the smaller serif. Mine also has the thicker ink. So
gotcha, okay.
Yeah.
Let's do this guy, and then this cake is...
And I think it's safe to say that we've both been enjoying our cakes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And it'll be instructive to see how different these end up being, right?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, here you are, sir.
Thank you.
And looking forward to this one. And again, I'm not going to try to over-examine. Am I getting the perfect differences here or there, or whatever? So first thing we'll do here is we got to pour these out. So I'm going to let the audience know. So close your eyes. Okay, so this is this whatever one here. Okay, don't look. Okay, so that is the leftmost one, and then by inference, the rightmost one is this one here. Okay. Very good. Okay, all right, cool. All set. In terms of the dry leaf, I mean, maybe you think you'd be pretty fine pressed to find a distinction here. Get in there.
Oh, yeah.
And if anything, the light is going to have a bigger impact because this looks a little darker, but it's the light also. The light source is going to play with it a little bit here.
The wet leaf also will be, I think, more of a potential indicator, especially in regards to storage. Yeah. It is possible that you could have two differently stored versions as well. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean,
so yeah, what was the story with the sourcing behind this?
I don't know too much, but I mean, it was conducted by Quiche, who runs that Quiche Teas site.
Right.
And it was through a different source than his normal, like Taishan He. It's with a guy named Mr. Jin, who I believe is in Kaohsiung, which is southern Taiwan. But beyond that, I don't know how long he's had these teas or whatnot. So
interesting.
Yeah.
All right, get in there on the nose. I'm going to go grab. Actually, I'm brewing out a little bit of a different color here. I'm going to grab a dealing bobber here to
a little more wooden plum than I'm used to on that one. And this one smells a little more familiar to me.
So high on that.
Yeah. A little more heavily into wood and less of the light plum notes. I think they smell slightly different.
Yeah, I agree, actually. I think this is fruitier on the right.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah.
Okay.
And, you know, it is possible. Just because they're different doesn't mean it's fake, too, because you could have different variations within even the same cake, but also within a tong. Like the middle cake of the tong could be closer to the floor than the top cake in the tong, yada, yada, yada. So there are a lot of caveats that we can put here.
Yeah, I'm going to zoom out a little bit so I actually have a little bit more space to be doing this. In terms of the liqueur, we're pretty close.
Yeah, the one on the left's a little darker. I mean, if I had to guess right now, I would guess the one on the left is the one that seems more familiar to me. Huh.
They look pretty similar.
Indeed.
Okay, and then we'll pop out a little bit more here and see if we can get the cups in shot.
Yeah, the one on the left, a little darker, but within kind of the margin of error as well.
Okay, let's start with the one on the left, or the one on the right.
Don't care.
Maybe with the one on the right, because we both thought it was a little bit brighter.
Sure.
And then, I'd say those are pretty noticeable. I mean, the question is going to be actually, do we think the difference is primarily because of the concentration and the chunks of the leaves and stuff?
Yeah, or they could just be, one could be opening slower.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So this is the leftmost one here. And then the rightmost. So, I'll stay there for now. Okay, so we're going to do, this was the right.
Okay.
Well, I have a lot of, actually do sacrilege here.
Whoa, Denny.
I know.
I'm leaving.
I know.
You could call this Dennysodes over.
Denny's more like canceled sode.
Yeah. You start calling your thing the Dennysodes experience.
Oh my fuck. Cheers.
I'm down here in Austin. Okay. I think this is your cake. This just does not taste like the one that I have been sipping on.
Interesting.
It's a lot brighter.
It's very bright.
Yeah. Unless you think this is differing from your cake too. But there's a lot more like kind of plum and wood.
Yeah.
And the plum in particular, I'd say I did not get in my session.
So your first immediate impression is that this is A.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, interesting. I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
Because I do think it gets stronger.
Okay.
So I think, I do think that the leaves here look like they're just a little bit more compressed. So I'm going to look to the maybe third steeping, I think, more than anything on this one.
I don't need the third steeping. I'm confident.
I mean, it's actually worth, taking a kind of gut shot guess. Let's drink this one though, and then we'll.
I'm mostly kidding.
No, it's not bad. Yeah. Cheers.
Yeah, this is what I'm used to. This is like very wood forward.
Yeah, but same kind of.
Yeah, a
Which is
little
why I'm
oily.
confused.
Yeah.
Because this is what I'm used to as well.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not used to as much fruit on mine.
Okay, let's keep going then.
Yeah, exactly. Reboil the water here. You know.
Huh. Fascinating.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Yeah, and we have not had these teas together. So that's another point. We've both been sessioning these independently. I've had it with a couple friends.
Okay.
And it's been usually pretty well liked, and I'd say definitely more closely resembles the tea on our left.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it's funkier, but it has a more base on it, I think.
It's heading that way.
Yeah. We'll see where it goes. Interesting. Nice. Okay. So
I was kind of expecting them to be more or less the same and be like, okay, we can call it. But so far, not the case. But it is interesting how we both think the same one.
I know.
as ours.
That's the bizarre part. So we'll see where they kind of end up here. And I'm also very curious about the color too.
Yeah.
It's definitely darker there.
And I did try to break the cakes up pretty evenly.
Right.
And I tried to take from kind of like about the same part of the cake as well. So.
Yeah. So I definitely am going to be doing a Dennysode where I'm going to take different levels of breaking up the cake and the tea and comparing them. So like taking a cake that's basically full leaves and then like doing it so it's ground down to dust, basically, as a like experiment to see where it goes. Let's just take a look at these again. I'd say it's still on the left darker.
Converged maybe a little bit.
Much more so, but yeah.
Definitely darker.
Yeah, this is our leftmost one. It's going to be on the top right of the shot. There is the leftmost one. Let's do the same orientation again.
Okay. So the tea on the right, the one that smelled a little brighter. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna take a sniff as soon as you pour this too.
Yeah, definitely. Kind of almost like incense notes there.
The fruit is going away slowly.
Nice. Yeah, I do think this is just a little bit more compressed if you get your finger in there. I don't mind.
Interesting.
Maybe a bit more honey. Still smells a little bit brighter.
Yeah, it's definitely brighter still. I just think a little bit less fruity than maybe steep one. Cherry up.
Pip pip.
Okay, they are converging.
Getting into more of the wood now.
Yeah, it's a lot less fruit. Maybe a little leather, a little honey, but brighter certainly than the one on the left. But
a bit more stringency now, so we're getting into a little bit more potency.
Thing is, I don't know if I ever got any fruit notes from my cake. Like, I don't know. I mean, we could check the tea app and literally see if either of us recorded it at one point. But
you know, although I've been thinking about this a little bit with the app, because you can't designate the strength of the flavors.
That's true, actually.
Right? And like, to some degree, that'd be interesting to be able to do, but then it starts getting crazy.
Too complicated, yeah. I'm general in favor of simplicity, so I think leaving it as is fine.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And you can always put that in the notes anyway.
Totally, yeah. Still basier though, still stronger.
Definitely. Bigger body, oilier. They are, I would say, I would lean towards these being the same teas.
I think so too, honestly.
I think they're definitely presenting slightly differently, but I think it's within, they look a little different.
The right one looks a little greener.
Also looks like the left one definitely came apart much faster.
Yeah, that's the thing that I'm almost more concerned about, frankly, than anything.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit this again with boiling water. This time, let's do a push.
Longer steep.
Yeah, and see how it goes.
Okay.
It'll also get us a little bit farther along with the tea on the right. But yeah, in terms of like look and feel, this one does have a little bit more chunks, I think. Definitely looks a little greener though. Interesting. I don't think that's the camera or the lights either.
Which way are you guessing? I'm sticking with my original gun so far.
I kind of also feel like the one on the left is more of what I'm used to.
Okay.
At the basier notes.
Sure.
But again, I think this one will be the most telling. So we'll hit this for like a solid 15 seconds here and see where it ends up. That's right off the boil there. But yeah, I don't know.
I mean, the other possibility too is they're both the contrasts are just getting emphasized. So it's like the very relatively small amount of fruit and honey on the one on the right is like being emphasized just because it contrasts with the one on the left.
Yeah, I think, but I will say that neither of us are too proud to be like, I think these are basically identical. I'm not like so astute to be able to differentiate the two.
No, they're definitely not identical the way they're brewing out.
I have some brandy cherry thing happening in that now.
It is significantly brighter than what I'm used to.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a little bit of that kind of Love Forever paper tong note in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, interesting. Yeah. The 8582 also has that kind of like sweeter high notes, a little bit more fruity.
Yeah.
Okay. Pretty close, I think. Not super scientific here. I think the color is
still darker.
The left is still darker, definitely.
Yeah, still darker.
Yeah. Oh Lord. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, they don't. Jesus fuck.
Marshall in somewhere is calling you a noob.
Yeah, well, I don't disagree. Yeah, more incense, more like. Yeah, I mean, you and I are pretty good at this, but I think they're pretty straightforwardly different, honestly.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting. I think we're both leaning towards the conclusion that they're different, but the same tea.
Yeah, because I'm used to the basier notes, but again, maybe I'm just like, my mind is playing tricks on me in the 7542 recipe in general. I'm just used to it being darker and basier, period. Yeah. Okay, let's keep doing the same. Okay, but I mean, that's really, honestly, very different.
Yeah.
And I feel like I kind of hit the one on the left for a little bit less time, frankly. Come on, you. I mean, that's very noticeable in the camera, I think.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, okay.
What one would you say, what color is, when you've had it in the past, is yours, bro?
Honestly, the one on the right is more like my color.
The one on the left is more like my color.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
So maybe I do have the greener one.
Yeah, that's my guess.
Yeah, okay.
I'm sticking with it. That being said, I think it's possible to brew my tea and get that same color too.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can push it and then get there for sure.
Cheers.
Cheers.
They're converging. They're definitely converging.
It's getting basier.
It's woody, creamy. I don't get nearly as many bright notes as those first two steeps.
Yeah. That'll be interesting to see how this one ends up.
I think the storage has ended up being drier on this one on the right. Whether that means they have a different storage history or if it's just simply like one was stored closer to the floor or not.
Yeah.
If that were the case, I would guess the one on the left was stored closer to the floor.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. Do you have a preference too is the other question.
Very good question.
Ooh, this one has way more punch.
I mean, the color alone.
Yeah, it's just extracting much faster. I'm gonna actually go ahead and say I don't have a preference between these two.
I think that if I just for sort of like, there's like objective, subjective, right?
Sure.
We talk about that in the different blinds and stuff. I think objectively they're probably both roughly of the same quality. That last one was much stronger.
Yeah. There's a lot of dryness there.
Yeah, totally. I think I tend to like the balance of high and low that you don't find as much in 7542, which is interesting, having it much more prevalent in the one on the right, to me at least.
So you would maybe like the one on the right?
Kind of. You know, maybe
after that last steep, I think I might agree with you, actually. that last one was a little rough on the one on the left.
So we just pushed those, though, pretty hard. So we'll back off of them.
True. And I mean, a big characteristic of 752 is like, you might have that roughness, but does it convert to the sweetness? And I think they both are in general. It's like my mouth is mostly sweet at this point.
I don't want your opinion to be biasing me, but I'm starting to like agree with you. I'm gonna go and push the one on the right hard again, because I think that just taking a look again at the leaf, it's a little hard to see, but these are roughly the same angle there. The one on the right definitely is more compacted, I think, still.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to believe that these have the same amount of leaf, but yeah, I think they do. I mean, I measured it, so I know.
I'm going to hit the one on the right for like another 15.
Okay.
And then we'll do much more of a flash deep on the left and see how they compare that time.
Yeah. Which is
I'm going to try
probably
to get the same color out of both of them, basically.
Okay. Which is probably about what you would do if you were brewing these just on their own. Because that one on the left, I think it was too strong last time.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you almost lose the sweet woodiness. And it comes back, but...
You have to deal with a pretty... Like, that steep on the left that we did, that one's not for the poor novice.
Yeah, exactly.
That one's not passing any mom test.
Totally.
Yeah. That mom is sending it back.
That is
like, you did not cook your chicken high enough temperature.
That is a true 7542 tea right there.
Yeah.
So, and then we'll get back in here and do another zoom in of the leaf and see if the colors look identical.
So you are basically doctoring the steep, trying to get them to
get closer to it, definitely. Yeah.
That's a nice dark color there.
Yeah. And then we'll give this much less time.
And I will also just admit that I have never regularly drank 7542. It's never, not nearly as much as like 8582 or something like that. So it's never been quite in the rotation as much as some of the other recipes. So.
Yeah. Although interestingly enough, we've both had it a fair amount this year, I think.
I think this year is probably the most 7542 I've ever had. So there you go.
Much closer. I still think the one on the left is a little bit more ruby red.
Yeah. I'd say it's still darker.
Yeah. Let me get the other shot.
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, there's like
left.
It's like I lean towards these being the same, but there's enough doubt in there that I'm not 100%.
Okay. So get back out here. Do this. Let me get zoomed out a little bit just to show everyone the color of the cooler a little bit more in terms of the cups.
And so this is the one on the right?
Mm-hmm. James's cup has more liquid in it, so that explains the difference there.
Cheers.
Cheers. It's just sweeter.
It's pretty astringent, this one, but yeah.
Stronger, but
yeah.
I think compared to the last steeping of this one on the left, I think it's...
Yeah, in my opinion, it tastes like 7542 though. Yeah, at least from my knowledge of it. There's a little bit more of a dried peach thing with this one, like coupled with a lot of astringency.
I think I do prefer the one on the right a bit more.
Interesting.
Personally, just as my personal preferences.
Yeah, rather than the light and the dark.
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't tell you though, in terms of like quality being, radically different or anything like that. They don't seem to be striking to me.
No, there's possibly different storages. Definitely possibly different storage. Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
Nice round oily body here.
Woodier though.
Very woody. Yeah. I mean, it's still basier.
Yeah, I agree.
And just consistently, even when you push it.
This one though, a nice sweetness that comes from that wood. I think at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, let's reveal them. Okay. Let's do our final guess here. So I'm also gonna guess A is on the right, B is on the left.
Yep.
Okay. Not bad.
Didn't even have to taste it.
Not bad. Pretty good off the initial assessment there too, buddy, to say.
Well, I mean, it's easier when it's a tea you've had, but it does get confusing.
Yeah.
I mean, we're literally having
very interesting,
perhaps the same tea.
So I wonder, again, this is one of those things where, the great equalizer would be the like torture test of grinding it into a fine powder for each of them so that they're literally identical, and then using some like, to the 100th scale. But it's still a little compressed.
I know, right? And maybe there's a color difference. What do you think?
Yeah, it's hard to know. So here's the actual way to do it is to do it like this because the source will then be equivalent here. I think this one is a little greener, dude. I really do.
think so, yeah.
Here, let's show everyone on camera too. So this is going to be the one on the... So we'll do this.
And then swap them.
And then like that.
Yeah, there you go.
It's close.
I think it is a bit greener, yeah.
I think it's a bit greener as well. I mean, explains the color or the flavors difference.
Yeah, it's like just this one hung out a little too long in the sun or something.
Well, interesting, yeah. So the one on the right or the one on the left you think is drier storage? Or the one on the right?
The one that I have, I think, is wetter.
Yeah. I think so too. Interesting. Now the question would be, do you have a preference between the two?
I think I might like yours more, but it's close.
Yeah.
I think yours has room to grow.
Totally.
And I think the one that I have been sipping on, it's been like, I can't get it to be that bitter. It's like you got a decently astringent brew, but that's about as strong as you get.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's a little more greenness to age out of the one that you have.
Yeah. Interesting. Let's pause. And I'm going to grab some of the other cakes that I have, and we'll just take a look and see if they're any different.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be right back. Okay, ooh, they're warm still. Nice. Okay, so
straight from Denny's Pumador.
Yeah. So
yeah.
So these are going to include the cellophane plastic here. So
look at that.
81. Interesting. Very interesting.
And so that one's got a thick.
But it has been in my storage, so we'll see how these all compare to each other.
I don't think your storage has done enough to significantly impact weight.
381.
336.
Wow, very interesting. That is okay. 337.
Okay, so this 331, 337. That's
a big difference. 350.
8.
Okay, we'll do 3 different piles here.
Okay.
We'll put this one in that 50 pile.
Oh, another big boy.
Yeah.
But
so do we think it's humidity alone?
I mean, like one of these is a little thicker, and the other are these both? They look kind of similar, don't they?
Let's put these. Let's put those two in shots so people can compare.
God, I hate freaking fonts and stuff. So annoying.
So looking at
the wrappers look similar, don't they? I mean, like the font on it.
I think it looks the same. Yeah, I think so.
Which ones are the real thin ones? So these ones both have thickish wrappers.
Yeah, and these ones are thinner. Looks like.
So these ones weighed more.
Very interesting.
But mine also weighed less. Mine was 347, and mine looked more like these.
Okay, so it's no correlation necessarily then.
Not necessarily, no.
Because this one definitely has a denser, darker compared to this one. You get a little bit of a shine on it, but so these are the 380s, 350s.
Yeah.
And then this is the 330s.
Yeah. The other thing that Mr. Jin pointed out was he pointed out that the way that Dayi is wrapped is very signature. And so, there's a lot of stuff on the bottom of that guy. This one, I mean, maybe it's just stored towards the bottom of the, so they're all wrapped kind of the same. I'm trying to feel the edges of these guys too. I don't know, yeah. The edges of these feel a little more defined versus this is a little looser. But then again, you feel it at the right point. I don't know. This sort of stuff's going to make my head explode.
Totally. This is pretty chonker right there, dude. That's pretty thick.
Yeah.
But part of it, no, it doesn't feel like it's too smushed.
Yeah.
But then you're right. Yeah, some of it's more defined. Yeah, I mean, it might just be that because this almost feels a little bit lopsided. It's pretty thin on this side and much thicker on this side. So maybe it's just literally just the imperfections of cooking the cake.
Yeah.
Squeezing out extra grams. Well, fuck. I mean,
so in the end, we don't know.
Yeah.
They both taste passable.
They were both good.
Yeah.
Both good. I think that yours definitely has a bassier note to it for sure.
So probably both legit. And who knows about these weights? Because we're not drinking the chonky boys. Yeah. Which were the most suspect, I think, when we were talking about.
Now that's going to be a comparison to figure out too. And again, these look.
All of a sudden, you end up with 7 opened cakes. Of
right. But these bigger guys do look like they have the darker font compared to the small guys that we had. Actually, interestingly enough.
Yeah.
But then yours.
Weighed 347, and that was also thicker.
But it had the darker, or the thicker font too. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
It's hard, guys.
It's tasty. I mean, this is where you're getting into the crazy nerdage. How do you get the TAP? Slightly thicker, 2.65 millimeter thick, slightly darker wrapper, chonker 7542 versus
simplified traditional character.
Fun session. Yeah, surprisingly different, I'd say. I mean, I expected them to be much more similar than they were.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, I can give you some of mine if you want.
Yeah, we can definitely
do a swap.
Yeah.
Well, hey, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Hopefully this was instructive for you folks. Hopefully it was instructive for the people who are in the group buy. I think this was probably uniquely able for them to do this or see this video. So,
Sure.
Yeah, comment below if you like this kind of thing. Subscribe, help us hit 10,000 subscribers. I'm going to get onto the MyTDB app and record these sessions. Check it out.
Yeah. So you just record like 2 502s? I guess you...
I don't really know. I mean, so what, yeah, basically what I would do for that one would be, so I think I want to have there be a comparison feature and then have it be something where it's like, there is some sort of denotation that these two were compared against each other.
Sure.
So like, for example, when I saw you do the Byung-Hao Iwu and then you did a comparison to another Byung-Hao cake.
Sure.
It was dramatically different in terms of the rating, right?
Yeah.
It was like a 6 versus an 8. And I've had the exact same experience as well, like with this tea, honestly.
Yeah.
You know, where it's great by itself, but in comparison to other stuff, maybe I don't enjoy it nearly as much.
Sure.
So having some way of denoting that there's a comparison specific to these two teas would be interesting, I think, for other people to consume. So I'll have to figure that out. Comment below, let us know how you think that would make the most sense. Yeah, click all the buttons, do all the things, and I'll see you guys next time.
Wu-Tang forever.
Peace.